Body shots by Crawford in this round.
See Madrimov even at this point. Stick in those shots. Go take it to Crawford.
Ooh, good shot.
He overextended. Good.
Hey, what you see what he did? He got a picture. Be on it. Yes, it does. WBC. I said born VA. No brainer. Sorry about that.
Winning right now before you leave real quick.
What up, buddy? Come on now.
Crawford's winning? Is he winning clearly?
Yeah.
Is Madrimov putting up a good fight, right?
Yeah, he's putting up a good fight. Stop make face though, boxing.
Yeah, do you think Crawford looks good at 154 so far?
Yeah. Crawford, he's the weight is showing, but Crawford is Crawford.
He's handling the weight well then.
For sure.
Just based off what you're seeing right now, if he was in there with Canelo, that would be 2 more weights up. Depending on where he comes in, like 160, 162.
Crawford.
Yeah.
Hey, Devin, would you be surprised if
No more, y'all. We good for the rest of it, man. We all set. We go.
It was yet another incredible night for Terrance Crawford as he took on pro boxer. 36 years old, Crawford has now won 13 titles with 2 undisputed championship titles to his name. Now he's also become an interesting contender for some of the biggest names in the boxing world, including that much-hyped clash with Mexican super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez. But let's review last night's fight. Crawford hadn't fought since he stopped Errol Spence Jr. in July 2023 to become the undisputed welterweight champion. It started out as a cautious affair, with both fighters trying to establish position and feel out the other through the first 3 rounds. Yeah, I gotta say that approach really didn't agree with the capacity crowd at BMO Stadium. Now, Crawford turned on the pressure in the 4th round, just missing on a fierce.
Something I'm seeing from Madrimov right now, he's getting creative. I like to see him get creative. Go around the gloves. Stop waiting on the back end of those shots. Go take it to Crawford.
Good right there from Madrimov, and another one, and that tongue sticking out from Crawford.
And there you go. That's the right hand downstairs, and he doubled up that left hook that threw off the rhythm that Bud was catching. Madrimov's having some good moments right here.
I mean, these guys are both throwing some haymakers now.
Praising his Uzbek opponent for being patient and using his counter-punching abilities.
It's a lot of hardware there. That's right. True shot. Kazakhstan cuisine. He ain't good.
Terrance, joined a week ago with Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Roberto Duran, Belo Hoyer, Shane Mosley, substantive production, Manny Pacquiao. All these guys went from lightweight to super middleweight. It's that small elite. Every single person's name is all-time great. You just look that high.
Oh, I feel great. It was one of those missions that we was on, and we wasn't gonna let nobody or nothing take it away from us.
Champ, you moved up multiple times. How does this time, moving up to 154, compare to the other times you've moved up 147, 140?
I felt great. It was no different from 147, to be honest. Israel just was a strong opponent, and we knew that coming in the gate.
Yeah, is Madrimov a harder puncher than Spence, you would say?
I don't know. They have their moments, both of them is very strong, but Madrimov was strong. He was strong.
How unusual was the movement, the constant feinting Madrimov did?
It wasn't like disrupting me or anything. It was his patience. He was just patient. He was just waiting. He'll feint, and just keep feinting until he get a little closer. So he was real patient in there. He wasn't rushing in with nothing. He wasn't winging those wild winging shots like we normally seen him in the previous fights. He was very disciplined. Well, you know, the right hand wasn't bothering me. You know, I wasn't really too much worried about the right hand. You know, he landed a couple of times at the end of the round where he was trying to steal it around. But I just was trying to counter him, but at the same time, he had a good game plan. He had a lot of feints, and I was just trying to dictate when he was going to come. And a lot of times I was wrong.
You feel the fight was like an offensive kind of fight, like where he got both weight and then he kind of took a step, you kind of like raced to each other a little bit?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, like I said, he was just waiting on me. Like, he was doing a lot of movement, but at the same time, he was trying to counter me like I was trying to counter him. So it was a mixture of counter to counter.
Did you see a lot of yourself in Madrimov?
No, I won't say all that because I was touching him up with the jab. I think my jab was beating him up all through the fight, but you know, he landed a couple of right hands that was telling for the judges to go ooh, or the fans, but it wasn't nothing that I ain't never seen before.
Was there anything that surprised you about him?
Hmm?
Was there anything that surprised you about Madrimov's movement or anything?
No, we knew he had good movement. We knew he had good head movement. We knew he was strong. We knew he was durable. You know, if I was to say anything that surprised me, it's his patience. You know, he was real patient in there.
For someone with 10 fights, Terrance, did that surprise you at all? And
No.
how does he compare to the other top opponents that you faced?
I won't say that he surprised me with 10 fights because you got to understand he got over 300 and something amateur fights. So he know how to fight. He know how to move around in the ring. He knows how to capitalize on people's mistakes. He's been around the game for a minute now. Just because he got 10 fights, that don't mean nothing. Look at Lomachenko and all these other fighters that's getting title shots with 15 fights, 2 fights and stuff like that because they're on the fast track because of their amateur pedigree.
Very close main event. Obviously, heard what I said. I would say as well, I didn't realise there was 2 115, 113s, 1 116, 112. I thought there was 2 116, 112s. I thought Israil Madrimov did enough to edge it tonight. I know there's always the argument of dethroning the champion, whether you think that's a thing or not. You know, I'm not sure I felt that Bud Crawford dethroned Israil Madrimov tonight, but what we are is extremely proud of him. 10 fights in, and we're debating whether he won a fight against the pound-for-pound #1. Experience would have changed everything. Maybe a little bit more work rate, but it was a fight that we believe we could have edged. Respect to Terrance Crawford, he's a great champion. It's nothing against him, but I was just disappointed that especially one of the judges gave Crawford the last 4 rounds. The other 2 judges gave Crawford 3 of the last 4 rounds. And thought it could have been different.
So Crawford reacted to the complaints and shared his honest reaction. He also shed some light on how confident he felt before the fight and how he simply wanted to put up a good fight for the fans.
But what did you think about Eddie's reaction to the scorecards? I don't know if you heard him on your way out of the ring, but he tried to make it seem like there was some sort of robbery or that the scorecards were wider than they should have been.
Man, you gotta understand that's his fighter. You know, he's gonna say anything that he can to hype it up. You know, he knows that guy lost, and so do his team, and so do he.
Terrance, can you talk to us about the sense of occasion tonight? About it was an incredible event to be at. You really soaked up the atmosphere on your walk-in. You had the biggest smile on your face. It was an incredible event to witness for us in the media, for the fans. Can you talk to us about how it made you feel?
Oh, it made me feel great to see all the stars, all the people that came out to support Terrance Crawford and Madrimov. You know, I understand that it was a lot of talented people on the undercard, but all in all, they came to see Terrance Crawford. You know, when you look at the stands and the people, when they start filling up the seats, is when Terrance Crawford was getting ready to fight.
Crawford also dismissed that Madrimov was his toughest fight. He talked about other fights that was tougher and had some surprising names.
Nah. I wouldn't say it was my toughest fight. You know, I think Mean Machine was a tougher fight than that. I think Gamboa was a tougher fight than that. I think Benavidez was a tougher fight than that. You know, I might have got the knockout, but those was tough fights in their own right.
Victory. So, Bud's coach, Brian Bomac McIntyre, shared his thoughts on the fight after the win. He called it a tough fight and praised Madrimov for putting on a show. Now, Bomac also slammed Hearn, blaming the judges for the scorecards. He also shed some light on the rematch, too.
Bomac, that was a chess match. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was a chess match. That dude was tough, man.
Yeah.
It was tough.
You guys knew that though throughout the whole fight.
Oh, yeah, like I told everybody, that dude was going to be tough and shit. He's kind of tricky, sneaky with that right hand, and but ate a few of them, but he got the job done. That's what matters.
What did you say about how you felt that 154 actually performing now with the weight on him? What did you say about actually performing with the 154 weight on him?
Oh, he was cool with it, man. He was cool.
How was Bud throughout the fight? Did he sustain any injuries? Is he physically okay?
Eddie Hearn said that Madrimov should have won that fight.
Of course, he's the promoter. That's his regulation. Thank you. That's his promoter. So, of course, he's going to say something like that. Now, go ahead. What you say?
Any rematch in order? And how did Bud make it through the fight? We saw a little bit of a mouse over his right eye.
We got a great cut man. Got a great cut man, a doctor. Yeah, got a great doctor in the corner. Dr. Brian Conward did an excellent job on that eye. So it was cool.
Obviously, the big question. You guys now move up to Canelo.
I mean, if the money's right, like you said, if the money's right, he'll go up there and do his thing. I believe me and the coaches can put a game plan together to beat his ass.
Yeah.
Do you think that?
Tonight?
No, hell no. Shit. You see how Buddy, we'll push him around a little bit. We caught him in some good body shots and shit. He hurt him twice. Yeah. So
what would you say was the difficulty tonight?
He was tough. Man. And he had a chin on him too.
What kind of adjustments do you feel like you need to make to go up to 68?
Say again?
What kind of adjustments would you need to make to go up to 68?
Probably box a little bit more. You know. But towards the end, I told Bud, I said, hey, man, step to this. Step to him and push him. Shit. Well, I don't know if you can do that with Canelo or not. He's big, strong, so we'll see.
Did it take longer to gain the respect of the opponent than you guys thought?
No, it didn't, man. Madrimov was just being Madrimov. Tough.
Very disciplined too.
Very disciplined.
Bud came out with a sense of urgency in the 12th round. Did you guys feel like you might be behind?
I told him he needed this round. Because I wanted to put a stamp on it. So I told him, hey, man, the last 2 rounds, I said, hey, man, we got to work a little harder. We got to push him a little bit more. So, because, you hear shit in the audience and like, oh, yeah, we might be down. Oh, that was a 10-8 round. You hear that. So, thank you, man. So you just push your fighter. Just try to push him to the edge.
Are you guys open to a rematch with
the money's right. Hell yeah. Tough.
Madrimov's trainer, Joe Diaz, on the other hand, was disappointed with the judges' scorecards. Now, he felt that his fighter had done enough to deserve a draw, if not the victory. He did refuse to discredit Crawford's victory, though, pointing out that he took the massive risk of moving up to a higher weight class to fight a title holder. Diaz also made a shocking statement about the current state of boxing. Just take a look.
They deserve some credit, man.
Joel, did Crawford show you anything different than what you were game planning with your brother back in India?
Of course. Look, I mean, going back to Crawford when he showed me back in India, Crawford was with me helping Bradley when he only had 6 fights. He was young, didn't have as much experience. He was great, as a young fighter as he is now. Now he's more mature, he's more skillful. But you know what? Crawford is very patient. He has a lot of confidence, and that's what makes him great. But I'm not going to take nothing from him. But tonight, my fighter did what he had to do to win tonight. And like I told you, I'm going to repeat it one more time. A draw would have been a win for us. So at least he could keep his title because he did enough. Okay, let's put it this way. He did enough to walk away with a draw and walk away with his title. Man, come on.
What was your advice to Israil in the 12th round? Because if you won that round, it would have been a majority draw.
I don't think the 12th round was the definition of the win or lose for the fight. He was controlling the whole fight. Actually, he was walking 80% of the time. He was the one walking down Crawford, and every time he threw the right hand, he landed it, the hook. I mean, he wasn't throwing he wasn't using a big volume of punches, but every time he threw, he landed great shots on Crawford.
Joel, do you think Crawford's still at the top of his game?
Of course he is. Crawford's still at the top of his game, but I mean, he's stepping into a bigger division, and he wants to move up 2-3 divisions more. I mean, look at his performance tonight.
How surprised was you with the level of effectiveness of Madrimov's offense?
Surprised? Why would I be surprised? That's what we worked on. We worked on it in the gym. I'm not gonna be surprised of something that we put together in the gym. I mean, I'm surprised about the decision. That's what surprised me, because he did everything he was supposed to do. Obviously, you cannot send Israil Madrimov to throw high volume of punches against a fighter that tries to make you make mistakes, to make you pay for them. You can't exchange with high volume of punches with Terrance Crawford. You have to pick them. Like I said, it was a chess game. Two smart fighters with great ability in the ring.
Do you feel like a rematch is in order?
I mean, we can yell at the war and say a rematch, but they won't give. I mean, everything. Remember, when we walk into this fight, it was a lose-lose for us and a win-win for him. Right now, even though people say, "Oh, Israil won the fight," everything goes to Crawford. Why? Because he took the risk, moving a higher division, and went 12 rounds with a 154-pounder. You know, I've seen it before. I saw it when Mikey Garcia fought Earl Spence. I mean, look, Earl Spence won, and nobody spoke about Earl Spence. Everybody spoke about Mikey Garcia. Oh, he went 12 rounds with a welterweight. That's the way it is tonight. You know, and I'm being honest. He did his best. He did everything he had to do in the ring to walk away with a win. He did it. It sucks. And it affects me and affects my whole team, because we were looking forward to a win tonight. We don't. When me and my team show up to an event, we don't come here just to, take a dive or bring a fighter just to get hurt. Look at our resume. We do put in some work. That's why today I feel disrespected by the system of boxing.
All right, here with the Hall of Famer Jim Lampley. Jim, Crawford goes the distance for the first time in 8 years. What did you make of his performance?
Well, he was fighting a 154-pound fighter for the first time. And a sturdy, well-schooled 154-pound fighter with an Eastern European training background. So I don't think it's at all surprising that Crawford wasn't able to obliterate Madrimov and get the knockout win that his most ardent fans might have hoped for. I think that was exactly what we probably should have expected, that a very technically skilled fighter took Terrance the difference, stretched him out, made him show the best of what he's got to carve out a very close unanimous decision and maintain his unbeaten record.
What do you think, Loma? What's up, bro?
Hey, very close fight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you have Israil winning?
But it was a very interesting fight, very smart fight.
Did you feel Israil did enough to win?
No, it's, how about compare my fight with Haney? Madrimov was a champion.
Yeah.
So it's enough for win the title.
Yeah.
We're out fight.
What do you think? Did you give it a tough fight? Nice to meet you, man. Well, they haven't announced the winner, but who do you expect to win, Mike? How's the training coming along for you? Hey! Move out the way! Hey, move out the way! Move out the way! Hey, where's this camera? Hey! Caleb, you just congratulated Terrance Crawford. He wins tonight, world champion, 154 pounds. Now, overall, what'd you make of the fight, and did you feel it was as close as the cards indicated?
I thought it was close. I thought it was a close fight. I thought Terrance pulled out the 12th round. And, styles make fights. In Israel, he's got a lot of amateur experience. A lot of times in the pros, fans act like it's a popularity contest. And if you're not the most popular, then you're a bum. And obviously that's not the case. So close fight, good fight, and I thought Terrance, did enough to pull it off at the end.
What was something, I guess, to you that was interesting as you were watching the fight that really stuck out from both performances?
Just Israil's constant feints.
Yeah.
Constant feints. Kind of look like Usyk doing that. So
a little, or like Bivol in a way too, right?
Yeah. So, but both fighters did great. It was a good fight in the sense of it being a close fight. So.
Yeah. Overall, what do you think pulled the win for Terrance, in your opinion?
I wasn't scoring each round. I was watching as a fan, but I felt like it was being a close fight, and I had it about. I wasn't scoring it like keeping up, but I felt like it was about even going into the 12th round, and I felt like Terrance, won that round with the cleaner shots, and some nice uppercuts.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I felt like the last 2 rounds really made the difference.
Yeah.
I think to Terrance.
Crawford is trash. Don't ever compare Crawford to Canelo again. Shout out young Triple G. He did his I felt he won. At least a draw. The judges, weirdos, you guys. And Crawford, you're not pound for pound. You never fought nobody good. You fought Spence that had a car accident. You bitch.
The boxing world has got some mixed reactions to this fight, for sure. But almost everybody agrees that it was a great fight with both fighters putting on a damn good show. But should Crawford have won? What y'all think? Weigh in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.